What's up, everybody? This is Robert Ferguson, your nutritionist, a guy who shares because I do care. I want to welcome you here. If you're here for the first time, comment, like, subscribe. If you have not been to our YouTube channel, I want to encourage you to do so. Make sure you like and make sure you click on that bell and say that you want to be notified anytime we upload or go live. Now, by doing this, you actually help us reach more people. So I appreciate it. It's almost like giving us a tip, but there's no money. It's just you actually taking a moment and just click on it. Now, today is one of those things where I'm going to talk about something that is in my head, and I was like, you know what? I really, really, really want to share this with everybody. And I want to share it because I know that it can be helpful. So we're going to talk about this word called agnotology, and I'll bring clarity to that. But let me first just invite, for those of you who are interested in being a client or becoming a coach, my recommendation, first place to start, because it doesn't cost anything, is just click on the link that we've made available, and we'll schedule a free consultation at your convenience. Doesn't mean you have to sign up for anything. Just take advantage of the opportunity. I mean, and if you have questions about nutrition, health, fitness, whatever your situation is, make sure you have it all spelled out, written down, so that we make the most of our time together. I also want to congratulate those of you who are in the Gut Health Challenge. If you started with me, then today is day 15. Whoop, whoop. And it's a good day. And it just keeps getting better. I mean, it feels really good. So for any of you who want to do anything that could help stagger or kind of upgrade your ability to lose weight or reduce the bloating, lower the inflammation, and more importantly, I would say learn about nutrition where you're improving health from the inside. Okay, so the Gut Health Challenge, there's information you can learn more there. And if you're catching us on YouTube or LinkedIn or somewhere other than Facebook, or even Facebook, I want to invite you to join our Facebook group. We have over 6,000 people in there, and we're getting ready to take it up to 10,000. So come on in. People share recipes and ideas and stuff like that. And then if you're not, again, with our YouTube channel, I have also made available a link for you to do that. Now, today's share is going to be interesting. And I say that because it may be a little different spin on helping you better understand yourself. So I titled my topic today, How a Lie Becomes the Truth for Weight Loss. Now, for years and multiple decades, back to back to back, we as a population, as a world, continue to become more sick and more obese, meaning more people have excess body fat this year than they did all of the previous years. It is at epidemic levels. I mean, it's really bad. And I also know that a lot of us really want to know the truth. So you're a truth seeker, right? And as a truth seeker, we strive to learn and grow in all aspects of our lives, including our health. However, it's common for people to resist change. And oftentimes that change that they may feel they don't want is based on a lie. And I'm going to give you some examples. See, some of us just want to believe what we believe. And so I like words. And so it's a word that came to my attention a few years back called, and I'm going to enunciate the E because sometimes I make a mistake in enunciating this word, but epistemology or epistemology. Epistemology is the study of knowledge. It's like the study of how we know what we know. Epistemology is like, or is referred to as the theory of knowledge. Like, how do you know what you know? Right? So that's epistemology. The word today that that word led me to this word, agnotology, agnotology, agnotology. So AGNOTOLOGY. And that is the science and study of ignorance. It's the opposite of the truth. It's like, how did you get the beliefs that you have? So now we go back to epistemology. Then you start looking at people, and it may include yourself, where you are falling prey to agnotology. That is the science and study of ignorance. And when you go down that rabbit hole, oftentimes the reason that happens to people is because they just got misinformation. And it's kind of like, once you get the information, then you tell someone else about it, then you tell someone else about it, then it starts to change. And you have all these people who are just running with information that's not even true. And when they could learn that is not the truth, they don't want to believe it. Like, are you guys following me so far? It's like agnotology can actually be planted. There are people in industries that will deliberately plant misinformation and get people excited, create momentum so that people run with it and just assume that it's good for you. Some people refer to that as culturally induced ignorance. And this is why we want to have, our critical thinking hat on. So let me give you some examples of what I mean by this. Years ago, let's go back to the 1940s, 1950s, 1960s. Over 40% of the adult population smoked cigarettes. And if you go back, or if you lived during those times, at one point, if you were a pregnant woman, the doctor encouraged you to smoke because they said it would help you relax. And there was studies that came out. There was articles about the benefits of smoking. And this was all planted by the tobacco industry. And there's people who never lived to the point to find out that smoking was not a good thing. Maybe it did help you feel relaxed, but it was causing a lot of other damage. But it was a truth on both sides of the coin, right? So you had people who believed it, and when the science started coming out, they didn't want to like know anything other than what they had accepted as truth. And there's no better example of us keeping ourselves from being truth seekers when it comes to weight loss and our health as when you look at just weight loss. If you just look at weight loss, because there's a lot of people who believe that weight loss is solely about calories in and calories out. And I know that's not the truth, but that is a dogma that is in our culture. People believe that. And if you bring anything to them that goes against that, they don't want to hear it. Right? From a factual standpoint, these people fall prey to not wanting to believe anything other than what they know. They don't want to hear it. It's kind of like there are people right now, because this was culturally induced, they believe that if you eat cholesterol, like eggs with the yolk, certain foods that are high in cholesterol, shrimp, they will avoid those foods because they believe that eating cholesterol can cause your cholesterol to go up. And you could mention it to him. You say, yeah, I listened to this guy, Robert Ferguson. I follow him. And, this is some good information. And you'll go talk to someone and say, hey, it's not true that if you eat eggs, it's not going to cause your cholesterol to go up. And they go, oh, I don't know where you got that information from. Now, smoking, most of us can assume that we all get that. You can also go online. You can Google smoking and health. In the 1940s, people actually smoked cigarettes to feel relaxed, and you'll see all of what I just said. All of it. You can go to your neighbor or somebody you're working with, or call your dad. You get them on the phone and say, "Hey, Dad, I have a quick question about cholesterol." "Oh, what's that?" "Well, eating eggs, I heard, can cause your cholesterol to go up." And they'll go, "Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's why, if you're going to, people do egg whites because that's what they believe. They don't want to know anything other than that." So, my share today is to ask you this question: how difficult would it be for you to change your beliefs? Like, what would you want to know or see or experience to change your belief? Like, I know that, 50 years ago, if someone was raised in a home that's Christian or raised in a home that's Catholic, people didn't change their beliefs. I got that from my parents. That's my belief. And then I'm going to move forward. Today, we're well into the 20% of people that live in America that are changing their religions. People who were born in a household that's Christian have converted to become Jewish. People who grew up Jewish are now Jews for Jesus or some other religion. I know people who were Catholic, they grew up that way. They went to mass and all the things that go with that religion, and now they're Hindu or they're Muslim. So something is going on in the world. Something's going on in the water. I don't know. But the take home, as you think about how difficult it could be to change your belief system, the next thing would be, how do you make sure that you're not falling prey to agnotology? How do you know that you have, drank the Kool-Aid, right? That could be intermittent fasting. You now believe that. There's so much studies, a lot of science that is very clear. And there's also, you can cherry pick. There's people who are promoting intermittent fasting, and they're finding studies that support their belief. So you have these clear studies that, to me, is overwhelming that intermittent fasting is not something that you want to do regularly. If you want to do it sporadically, same as spiritual fasting, even political fasting, okay, yeah, go for it. There's no concern there. But the studies were demonstrating clearly that is not to your benefit. And the older a person is, the worse intermittent fasting would be for someone. Okay. Now you can go look that up, but the people who have drank the Kool-Aid and believe that, they have fallen prey to misinformation. Agnotology is at work, and they're going to do everything possible to protect that. Now, we could peel back that onion and look at some other things. I think humility plays a big role, because if I ask myself, how am I sure that I'm not going to become that kind of person? Well, it's partly because I'm constantly looking for the truth. I'm constantly seeking the truth as it pertains to health and our ability to lose weight, and establishing a lifestyle around nutrition where you don't gain the weight back. I'm constantly looking. I'm constantly searching. I am a truth seeker. And for that reason, my clients who I work with, they like that, because I'm constantly learning. I'm constantly challenging myself. I'm constantly pushing the envelope. And in doing that, it keeps it exciting. It keeps it fun. The coaches keep growing. Then they start doing that. We create a culture. Then they come back to me with things I go, wow, I never even thought about it like that. And then I start digging into it and find out, wow, there's substance here. That's my share with you today. My share today is keep pushing the envelope, meaning never settle. Keep challenging it. Even if it's the same truth that you're challenging and you keep learning more things that support that truth, keep challenging yourself. Keep searching. You know, when I think of Roger Bannister, and I'm gonna let you guys go, the first man, human being that we were able to clock with you know, when he ran the mile, he ran the first person to run the mile under 4 minutes. Before he set out and went after that goal, there were doctors who begged him not to do it because they thought, in theory, that one, we're not designed to run that fast, that long, and two, they came up with all these things that would happen if you were running, you know, a mile under 4 minutes, what potentially could happen to you. And that was a paradigm. That was the world's view around the world. No one a man's never going to run a mile in less than four minutes. And what's fascinating about that story, and why I love when people share that story, is that once Rogers broke that record and he ran under 4 minutes, in the next 5-10 years, thousands of people followed and did the same thing. See, there was a way of thinking that was blocking it from happening. And he just kept seeking the truth, kept seeking. He's searching. He believed it was possible. It went against what everyone else believed, but he believed, and he did the work. And then boom, he did it, and it opened up so that other people could do it. I was the first person that we know of, and I've looked into this a lot, who had a program that was sold all over the world that was framed around eating the foods you love and losing weight. Once I started having people do this and they started losing weight, eating foods that many people didn't think you could eat and lose weight, all the other big companies started saying the same thing. And they would change the wording a little bit. Now, I'm still saying it. I mean, Weight Watchers started doing it, and now Weight Watchers is selling weight loss drugs. Or Weight Watchers, they're selling weight loss drugs. Unbelievable. I'm still teaching the same thing. But the thing with me, and here's where I run into some problems. Where I run into problems with agnotology is people who don't want to learn. They run from me. They run, and they will stay trapped in that ignorant bubble. So when you look at the taxonomy of deliberate ignorance, there's 3 traits they look at: factual, object, technical. From a technical standpoint, these people don't want to learn how to do anything other than what they know. So they may like the idea of being able to eat regular food and learning how to enjoy food as medicine and get these amazing results that we help people get. But they will delay learning, which means they will delay becoming a client or working with another coach or getting our product or our program or doing one of our challenges. It's really fascinating because you will see that the more you think about it and the more conversations you have with people, they're not really looking for the truth. They're looking for something that they can manage. Oh, that was good. What's up, Linda? I mean, that was good what I just said. It's like, as I work with these big corporations, most of the people that have a job, they have a job. They're just managing their job. They're not looking to make that much of a difference. If you look at the healthcare space alone, they continue to say the same thing every year, all the time. again and again and again, and nothing's changing. You watch these people work at these companies for 20, 25, 30 years, retire, nothing changed. And then the people who take their job, they're going to be there for 5, 10. And again, obesity continues to get worse. People become more and more sick. People are being diagnosed with cancer more now than ever. If everybody's seeking the truth, why aren't we all getting to the same place? Because they're not. They're not going after the truth. Because the truth, when it comes to weight loss, is learning how to eat. So anyone, like when I meet people and they approach me and they say, hey, I'm really into health and I'm selling supplements and I got a network marketing company. I go, oh, okay, great. Tell me about it. And as I get to know them, I quickly find out that they're not looking for the truth. And I'm not saying all of them, but most of these people, they're looking to sell you something. And they've bought into something that may not be good for you. But now we get back to that same old, right? And it's like you're that hamster on that wheel. And you have fallen prey to deliberate or culturally induced ignorance. Agnotology. Now, once you are aware of it and you get what I'm sharing, and if I did a decent job of explaining it, and you can dive in and look it up and learn more about it. Once you can see it for what it is, you're less likely to fall prey to it. You're less likely to fall prey to it. So anyway, I hope that helps you. I mean, it is Motivation Monday. And again, if you have questions, reach out. If you're on the fence, if you're thinking about making some changes, let me just tell you, our program and what we do is scientifically validated and it's clinically proven. It's really tied into like learning. You learn how to eat foods in a certain combination, and you learn about food, and you eat your way to where you want to be. And if you're eating the foods that you like, enjoy, and love, and you lose the excess fat, why would you stop eating the way you eat? You wouldn't. So like when I'm coaching someone and they say they're looking for the truth, and I know that they didn't learn, they don't got the truth. And again, they're just putting off the potential of one day breaking through and having total clarity. And when you have clarity and you understand food, you look at a lot of things differently. So when someone comes to me and they're talking about, selling a supplement, make sure you know a little bit about food, because it's a turnoff when you don't talk or care about food, but yet all you want to talk about is selling a supplement. You lose all credibility. But going back to the power of this, because I'm just one person, when you have culturally induced ignorance, meaning all these people who are selling supplements, from a cultural standpoint, they're okay with being ignorant. And that's momentum. And so it's the blind leading the blind, the sheep hanging out and following the other sheep. I'm not being mean. That's what it is. But if you can get the truth, I think you would sell supplements better. Yeah, it's really interesting. And you can go back and see a whole bunch of examples over the years, how people got to where they are when it comes to this. But you can break that cycle. And it begins with just becoming aware of what we just talked about and challenging yourself to pursue the truth when it comes to your health and your weight. And then you'll have a moment when you're a little stuck, right? Because you'll say, well, I know I shouldn't be eating that. Same as an alcoholic. I know I shouldn't be having another drink. Same as someone who's addicted to meth or some type of drug or opioids. I know I shouldn't be taking that muscle relaxer, but then they do it anyway. And then next thing you know, the day is over and okay, I'm going to be different today. I'm going to get better. And those people are really trying to do it on their own. As I was sharing with one of my clients this morning, I said, we don't even have to get on the phone and talk about weight, because I know that weight loss is not just about knowing what to eat and what not to eat. I know that it has a lot to do with how we cope with various parts of our lives and, relationships with people in our family, husbands, wives, cousins, grandkids, parties, get-togethers, deaths in the family. Like, there's so much that goes with being able to get to a certain place with your health that having a coach makes total sense. That would be a truth that some people are avoiding. I don't know. Anyway, I'm here for you guys. I want to encourage you to not give up, stay the course, and just keep challenging yourself. Look for the truth. Look for the truth. And if you look for it, you will find it. If you seek it, you will find it. That is a biblical and a philosophical law. You will always find what you're looking for. But if you get stubborn and you buy into certain truths and you don't even want to look at other things, because I will look at things. It's kind of like those ladies that were selling that weight loss supplement where the supplement says that it will convert the carbs that you eat into fiber in your body. Those people who are selling that, they are not seeking the truth. There's monetary benefits. So they have fallen prey to culturally induced ignorance, agnotology. And that's the culture that they're in. So when they go to their conference, everybody believes in this supplement. And if they don't believe it, they're still preaching it because they're making money. So they just go stagnant at that point. They're not looking for any other truth, right? They're just stagnant. Man, that's a tough one. It really is. It really is. Anyway, you guys, good luck. Make today a masterpiece if you can. I'm Robert Ferguson, and I appreciate you giving me the time to share. And we'll be back tomorrow. We have a good one tomorrow. So make sure you guys catch us on YouTube. You can always catch us there. And then after we have our meeting tomorrow, and that'll be co-hosted with Lisa Marie, aka Hammer Girl. We'll go over to Telegram, and then we'll continue the conversation for those who can hang out with us a little bit longer. Okay, and then we can hear your voice and your thoughts about it. Okay, so until then, I'm Robert Ferguson. You guys have a good one. All right, peace.